Hello, this is Drew with RideIntoCash. So, there is a lawsuit going up against Bird that has just been filed from an injury that someone had sustained back in September. A woman was riding a Bird scooter and she attempted to stop, and apparently the brakes malfunctioned, failed. She went over the handlebars and landed on her face, was severely injured, ended up in the ER, and it's a whole thing. So, that's just one of the probably thousands of injuries that have occurred in the very short amount of time these companies have been in place. I've witnessed firsthand at least three separate occasions where someone had been severely injured. One of which someone was riding the scooter and cutting across a major road with three lanes going each way and a big middle divide, but the middle divide was asphalt as the same as the road and not really noticeable. So when he was riding across, he hit it, face planted right over the handlebars and like cut his entire nose wide open, just profusely bleeding. It was bad. And I've seen other ones where right in the heart of downtown, an older lady was getting on trying to use it, and it was the new Segway ones where it's not very clear that the brakes are not just on the handle, but also on the actual pushing down on the wheel. So she started to go and she lost control and started to wobble, and she ended up like toppling over and hurting her leg. So I firsthand seen 2, 3 experiences that were pretty severe. But this one is coming right out of San Diego, where I'm from. This lady is basically suing, I'm guessing, some form of negligence because the equipment that is supposed to be in functioning order wasn't, and she rode it and she was hurt, and the reason she was hurt was because it was a malfunctioning product. So it's a pretty simple, straightforward thing. I don't know whether or not Lime, Bird, all these scooter companies have built in their agreement something to say you are responsible for double checking its condition, but it probably doesn't. And I don't know if it can have that kind of exclusion where the company's not liable if their product is faulty, because realistically, if a scooter is malfunctioning, how am I supposed to know that until it starts to malfunction? So they can't really waive all liabilities. So this is something that's going to be a hurdle for Bird and scooter companies, these lawsuits that are in place. So this is just one item on a long list of problems that these scooter companies are encountering. They're not typically making very much money in various cities. Sometimes they're probably losing money because the damage rate for the scooters seems to be at a higher rate than the recovery of the cost. So say they spend $500 on a scooter, it doesn't even accumulate that number of rides to pay for it, let alone the amount of times it's been damaged that a mechanic has to go out and fix it. So it's probably running at a loss in most areas. And that's just one factor. There's a lot of people who simply just steal the scooters, which means right off the bat they lose out on an entire scooter, the revenue stream on that particular one, and they're just trying to do numbers, to get high valuation, and then hopefully it can turn into a profitable business. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it will. People just assume they're making a lot of money, but I don't really think they are. So, especially because I've recently heard, now this is a new piece of information, in a mechanic, so if I switch from charger to mechanic, I have to agree to the service contract. We're all independent contractors when you charge or you repair, and you agree to terms and are basically held to those terms. Well, within those terms, if you do have captured scooters and are a mechanic and do not follow the guidelines of when to release them by, you then are in possession of the scooter, and if they terminate your contract, they can then fine and or attempt to go after you for over $1,000 per scooter. I've heard multiple accounts from mechanics who have been charged with, they basically failed to follow the agreement, they're terminated from the contract, and then they're foot a bill of, one case was $50,000. $50,000 they're asking that this person to pay because he hasn't returned the scooters. A different person was $70,000. And these people are also ones that haven't been paid. My guess is it's something along the lines of they didn't follow the specific guideline on how to do the repairs, or they didn't have the equipment, which they're going to be in another legal battle in regards to, because to be a independent contractor, you're not supposed to be provided the equipment to do the job. Scooter companies have already sent out, they give you the chargers and they say they're going to take $10 out from your next pay from each one of the cables, but they never did, and they don't. And in regards to a mechanic, they give you a welcome box with all the tools you need to do the job, but they don't charge you for it. So technically they're giving you the tools and trying to still squeeze you as a independent contractor, when at that point you're basically an employee but no benefits and no taxation paid toward. So they're going to be in a big problem come down the road when this stuff gets investigated. So they're not contractors, the mechanics anyway, but they're being set up as they are. So it's just a big problem that these companies are going to have to encounter or get over or fix. So yeah, summary of this video was someone in San Diego was riding a scooter, got severely injured, and are suing Bird. And it's going to be a big case, and we're going to find out what's going to end up, and I'll update you when that happens. So if you like this video, click the like button. Check out some of the links below. They have some where you want to buy charge cables for scooters, you can. If you want to sign up for life insurance, there's a cool company here in San Diego, or not San Diego, but in California, called Ladder. You should check that out. And other stuff that you can click on. Thank you, and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and have a great day. All right, bye.